Hello, dear guys. We are doing reported questions and reporting verbs in this lesson, and this is Unit 8D and 8E. So, in the previous lesson, guys, we had a look at reported speech. How do we form it? What is direct speech and what is reported speech? And in this lesson, we are going to do reported questions correctly and report what people have said in a variety of ways. Variety means different ways, okay? So reported question is used when we tell someone what another person asked, like here. For example, in scene one, you say, "Do you like my new trousers?" Yes. And then later, she asked me if I liked her trousers. They were horrible. Oh, not good, telling a lie. So reported question, uh, when you tell someone what another person asked related with questions. So it's reported question, okay? How we do it? And direct questions, the auxiliary verb do, or has, is, to be, comes before the subject. Yes, the auxiliary verb comes before the subject. You is a subject, do is an auxiliary. So, do you want to play? But in reported questions, the subject comes before the verb or auxiliary verb. Have a look. He asked me if I subject wanted to play. Okay. So what do you want to play? He asked me what I wanted to play. The the subject I comes before the verb or an auxiliary verb. Here, as you can see, subject is uh, wanted, verb is followed by subject. While reporting questions, we have to use an appropriate reporting verb like ask or some others that we will be learning in this lesson. So also, the third must, yes, no questions are reported with if or whether. So if you notice here, here I gave you two examples. First one is an yes no question example, and the second one is an example of information questions or WH question. So if we have yes no question, we report it with the help of if or whether. No difference between these two words. So we say, he asked me if I wanted to play. He asked me whether I wanted to play. Okay. In Russian, this is something like ли. Не хочу ли я? Он спросил меня, не хочу ли я играть. Okay. He asked me what I wanted to play. In information questions, there is no problem at all. And here we use the verb ask or tell to report a question. Now let's check the knowledge that we learned. We use, of course, the verb ask. The tenses as change or don't change as they do in reported statements. So let's have a look. Do you want here? Wanted. So this means what? We change. We change the tenses. Pronouns and time phrases change or don't change in reported questions. Of course, they change. They do change. So the word order in the reported question is the same as a statement or question, subject before verb. So that's what we said in a previous slide. So this is as a statement, not the question, not like when auxiliary comes first. We use or don't use do or did in reported questions. We don't use the auxiliaries. We use if or that or whether to report yes no questions. Yes, we use if and whether for yes no questions. Yeah. Now let's have a look at the reporting verbs that are used to report what someone said more accurately than using say and tell. Okay, we usually use say and tell, but this is not the only one, or ask. So this is not the only way reporting verbs. So for example, with say, we say, I want coffee, said Aray. Aray said she wanted coffee. We say if we want to use a personal object, we use to. Aray said to Tamiris if we want to say to whom we are addressing it. Said to Tamiris she wanted coffee. With tell, we want coffee, said Aray. With tell, we say who is told. Okay? Aray told Tamiris, no to here. Aray told Tamiris that she wanted coffee. With ask, we use it for reported questions. Can I have a coffee? Asked Aray. So how do we form a reported question? So we say Aray asked if, or the question word, and the clause. Aray asked Tamiris if she could have coffee. And other reporting verbs. Admit, announce, argue, complain, deny, explain, insist, promise. Be nice, guys, and please translate them yourselves. And but now I'm going to say you how we can use them. So these verbs agree, offer, promise, refuse, and threaten are used with infinitive with to. Okay, so after them we say she offered to help with the cooking. I agreed not to tell. The negative one will be like this. Okay, offered to. So if you can see, agree, offer, promise, refuse, threaten are used with infinitive. Offered to help. Now here another set of verbs like ask, advise, beg, invite, order, warn, and etc. We use them with object, infinitive with to. Like here, I reminded them to take the umbrella. Another set is used with ing. Deny, recommend, suggest. So for example, I recommended watching the video. He denied taking the money. And here we have another set which is adverb, which is used with preposition plus ing. The prepositions like admit, to, apologize for, boast about, insist on, confess to. So, for example, they insisted on the preposition seeing with ing, doctor. They insisted on seeing the doctor. Accuse somebody, blame somebody for, as you can see, verb plus object plus preposition is used with ing also. For example, we congratulated our friend on winning the tournament. And then the last one, guys, is a bit more complicated, and this is a verb phrase, a verb set which is used with that and should clause, or verb and that and subjunctive clause. Let's have a look with an example. These are the verbs like demand, propose, recommend, request, and suggest. So we say she recommended that we book the tickets earlier. Okay, that we should, or we, just the verb, the tickets earlier. And have this homework sent me all my personal messages, direct messaging, Grammar Builder on page 141 and exercises 1 and 3. And also, guys, don't forget about the test from Ras Kids books. See you in a video called Have a nice day.